Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So we're taking it from the angle of if you find yourself in a relationship with, or you're married to someone and they have a cordial relationship with their ex, how would you, as the new person in that relationship, feel, especially when they have history together, you know, where you meet with your husband, or you're with your boyfriend or with your girlfriend, and the person's having like, you know what happened 20 years ago? Oh my God, 10 years ago that we went to. How are you supposed to relate? How would the person deal with their emotions? How would they manage themselves? I'm going to come to you because I find that just give me your opinion. How would you advise somebody manages that kind of relationship?
So I know popular opinion will be no way. But then let's also be open-minded to say, see, you know, I said something. If my husband and my ex are doing business together, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. Right? That's the question, right? Yeah. I wouldn't mind because I know, okay, you know what?
Sorry, your husband and his ex, for instance.
And your ex. And wait.
And his
my
ex.
husband and his ex, and they are doing business together, I wouldn't mind. You know why?
As you know, it is business only.
Exactly. Thank you. See, it's very important in relationship. Trust, that word trust is very important. You should be able to beat your chest and say, my husband is somewhere, in as much as it can be difficult. We know that stereotype that says that men don't trust men, but there are good men out there. There are men that their yes is their yes and their no is their no. So you know the partner that you're going out with or the partner that you're settling with. So it's very important that, you know, I wouldn't mind. But if I know that my partner is someone that cannot stay without, you know, without his body moving, I will mind though. I would mind. That's why I said know your partner. Okay. Know the person you're in a relationship with or the person you're married to.
Okay, so I beg to differ. As long as you people have been together before, there's no business. With the whole 200 million, how many million Nigerians, you didn't see other people to do business. It's your ex that you want to do business with. It's a no. I will not. No. It's not going to be. Yeah.
See, so, because I know that they're exes.
You need to realize that you don't need to agree.
Yes. Yeah.
So because the context is that she is not bothered. Yeah. You are bothered. Yeah. Do what works for you. Yeah. She doesn't work for them. Let me take this call and I come to you, Mariam.
Okay. You don't settle.
Welcome to the show. Good morning. Hello.
Yes, hello. Good morning. So this scenario, it is strictly exceptional. So it is indeed a controversial one.
Wow.
So it is controversial because it's against many cultures right here in Nigeria. I'm an Ikale man from Ondo State.
Everybody's calling their ethnicity today.
It's an abomination you do that. I'm a Pentecostal Christian. You don't do that, according to my faith.
All combined.
So you understand? So it is an exceptional thing, and a very highly controversial thing. So it is an elite thing. And mind you, these guys, they are public figures. Yeah. So what you see on the camera, oftentimes, are not the real thing. So you just see the way they present it and take it like we are watching a movie. Yeah. That's all.
Thank you so much for that. You know, you mentioned it earlier that maybe they're just acting. Like, let's not show our true colors.
So exactly, and that makes my point. So why act as if we want to kill each other when we can act that like we're civil? So that means you even recognize that it could be acting. So that means it means nothing. You know, I think that makes my point even better. You know, that means they're just acting to be civil. Maybe behind closed doors, they really hate each other. But in the public eye, we meet and people don't need to know our business. And they just think that we're cool and we move on and face our lives. You know, for me, a hug is not a problem for me. I don't see it as a huge thing. I haven't yet seen, you know, a hug that has bothered me.
Yeah.
This sort of hug. I'm not talking of a full embrace. I'm talking of regular hug. Now, I was going to say, concerning the things that would bother me, you know, with exes would be, I walk into my house and then I see my partner and an ex by themselves. and I was not aware that there was supposed to be a meeting. Or I hear that, oh, my husband or my spouse was at my exes, and I did not have any idea about it. So for me, this hug won't bother me. These are the sort of things. I'm trying to be specific. Like, what are the things? Or I hear that there was even a business that happened, but I was never in the know. That will bother me. And what I'm saying here is that as long as there's deception, I would not. That would be crossing boundaries. For me, I believe in trusting your partner and trusting your spouse, but I also believe that you earn it and that you can lose it if you betray it, So sometimes the trust is not always given. Yes, I may start with trusting you, but if you betray my trust, you will have to earn it back, So I would ask questions. So don't deceive me. If you deceive me, I don't care if it was just a smile because you have betrayed my trust, I will question everything. But usually I will come from a place of trust. I've married you and I believe that we have the same values and we have, and we see life, at least similar. And I would not expect the person that I'm in a relationship with to think that you can go around and mess with an ex and that is fine. So I'll go into a relationship thinking that you think the same way. If I am to go into a relationship with someone that I already know thinks it's okay to cross some boundaries with an ex, then I would not even get into that relationship. So for me, it would be a huge betrayal of trust if you mess with your ex and say to me, I will not understand it was a mistake or things like that. But that I see you just hugging, like the hug that I saw, not a problem.
So Miriam, with all these things you have just said now, why can't we just totally avoid it? How do we totally avoid it? It's by everybody staying different.
No, but she mentioned why she can't avoid it, which is because when there's a child involved, to maintain, it's important to take away your own emotions or insecurity for the sake of the child. At every point in time, we need to prioritize the minors and protect the minors. And I know sometimes it might mean that the mature ones on the adults are making huge sacrifice and maybe feel bad about it a few times, but remember that these children they didn't beg to come to this world. You are the one that opted for them. Now that still there's a caveat to it, to the threat of your life. As long as there's no threat to your life, you can continue. We want to go on a break and come back to our interview. We are concluding on this topic right now, but we've said a whole lot and we've agreed to disagree that there is no one-size-fits-all to this situation. We cannot tell you how to relate with your ex, but we can tell you that being cordial and being polite does not mean love, and it's not a license to cheat. You can be cordial and polite in boundaries, within boundaries. Also protect your children, and for the sake of the child involved, maintain a cordial relationship as much as possible. And the final thing is trust. Trust can be earned and trust can be broken, but if they have not broken the trust, give that seed of trust to the person you're in a relationship with. Final. Do what works for you. Whatever we've said works for us. Choose your own. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.